At its zenith, the Roman Empire stood as a beacon of power, prosperity, and cultural achievement. Its reach extended across vast swaths of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. From the rugged hills of Scotland to the sun-drenched shores of North Africa, Roman law, engineering, and culture held sway. Roman legions, renowned for their discipline and might, secured the empire's borders against external threats. The Colosseum, a masterpiece of Roman engineering, stands as a testament to their architectural prowess. Yet beneath this veneer of invincibility, the seeds of decline were being sown. The very factors that had propelled Rome to greatness, conquest, expansion, and a reliance on slave labor would ultimately contribute to its downfall. One of the most significant factors contributing to Rome's decline was the internal strife that plagued its later years. Political instability became the norm, with emperors often rising and falling in quick succession. Assassinations, coups, and civil wars became commonplace, weakening the fabric of the empire and eroding public trust in the ruling class. Economic troubles further compounded Rome's woes. The empire's once thriving trade networks were disrupted by piracy and barbarian incursions. The cost of maintaining a vast army and a lavish imperial court placed a heavy burden on the treasury. Inflation soared, eroding the purchasing power of the Roman currency. The reliance on slave labor discouraged technological innovation and created a vast underclass with little stake in the empire's future. As the empire's coffers dwindled, so too did its ability to maintain its infrastructure and defenses. The once proud legions, starved of resources and morale, found it increasingly difficult to hold back the growing tide of barbarian invasions. While internal decay weakened Rome from within, external pressures mounted in the form of barbarian invasions. Tribes like the Goths, Vandals, and Huns began to exert increasing pressure on Rome's borders. These were not mere raids for plunder, but large-scale migrations of entire peoples seeking new lands to settle. The Roman military, once an insurmountable obstacle, found itself overstretched and outmatched. The legions, increasingly composed of barbarian mercenaries rather than Roman citizens, lacked the discipline and loyalty of their predecessors. The sack of Rome in 410 AD by the Visigoths under Alaric was a watershed moment, exposing the vulnerability of the once mighty empire. Though Rome would endure for several more decades, the psychological impact of this event was profound. It shattered the aura of Roman invincibility and signaled the beginning of the end for the Western Roman Empire. The year 476 AD marks a pivotal moment in history, the deposition of Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire, by the barbarian general Odoacer. This event, often cited as the definitive fall of Rome, was less a sudden collapse, and more the culmination of a long process of decline and fragmentation. With the Western Roman Empire in ruins, Europe was thrust into a period of profound transformation. The once unified Roman world splintered into a patchwork of smaller, independent kingdoms, each ruled by its own barbarian warlord. The centralized administration, sophisticated infrastructure, and cultural unity of the Roman world crumbled, replaced by a more localized and fragmented social order. The Eastern Roman Empire, centered in Constantinople, would survive for another 1,000 years, preserving some aspects of Roman law, culture, and administration. However, the fall of the Western Empire marked the end of an era. From the ashes of the Roman Empire rose a new era, the Middle Ages. This period, often mischaracterized as the Dark Ages, was a time of significant change and development. The Catholic Church emerged as a unifying force in Western Europe. Monasteries became centers of learning, preserving classical knowledge and fostering literacy. Feudalism, a decentralized system of landholding and loyalty, emerged as the dominant social and political structure in much of Europe. Knights, bound by codes of chivalry and honor, provided military service in exchange for land and protection. The early Middle Ages were marked by a period of adaptation and consolidation, as new kingdoms coalesced and new cultural identities took shape. The legacy of Rome, though fragmented, lived on in the languages, laws, and customs of the new societies emerging from the ruins of empire. The Roman Empire may have crumbled centuries ago, but its legacy continues to resonate through time, shaping the world we live in today. Roman law forms the basis of legal systems in many countries, its principles of justice and governance still influential. Roman engineering feats from aqueducts to roads continue to inspire awe and serve as a testament to their ingenuity. Latin, the language of ancient Rome, evolved into the Romance languages spoken by millions today, including French, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. Roman literature, philosophy, and art continue to be studied and admired, their themes and ideas still relevant centuries later. The concept of a republic, a government in which power resides in elected representatives, has its roots in Roman political thought. The Roman Empire, in its rise and fall, offers valuable lessons for our own time. Rome might be in ruins, but its legacy, both glorious and cautionary, continues to echo through the ages.